Dubai is in the Persian Gulf, precisely in a desert where temperatures can reach 50 degrees Celsius. The tallest structure in the world, the largest airport and shopping centre, the most opulent hotel, and the police patrol are all located in Dubai. According to the Dubai government assessment issued in 2019, a population growth, land degradation, and hence food production are all becoming unsustainable to the city-state. There are numerous other reasons for Dubai's collapse. If you want to know all the reasons, then stay with us till the end of the video. Welcome back to Proactive Investing. Smash that like button and subscribe to us here at Proactive Investing to never miss any of our content about investing or economics. What are the real issues causing Dubai to collapse? According to a study conducted by a leading Swiss bank, Dubai's real estate bubble risk is the second lowest after Warsaw among the world's 25 major cities. Between mid-2021 and mid-2022, nominal house price growth worldwide accelerated to 10% on average, indicating that the global housing boom is coming to an end. Despite a buoyant year, the Dubai housing market, now only back to its 2019 price level and still 25% below its 2014 peak, is in fairly valuable territory, according to the UBS Global Real Estate Bubble Index, which says that Toronto and Frankfurt exhibit the most elevated risk levels on the housing markets. Another issue that the city faces is the lack of full network of sewers. For example, the Burj Khalifa has long had difficulty extracting human waste through the sewage system, which has been calculated at more than 7 tons of garbage per day, forcing it to rely on tanker trucks. Dubai also has another aspect that the administration is attempting to conceal: poverty. Yes, poverty is a reality in this city, and while it may appear that there are no poor people in Dubai at first glance, the truth is that the city's heart is concealed behind the downtown area. On this side of the city there are the suburbs, where the bulk of the immigrant labourers live in dismal conditions. Another critical point is that Dubai was built nearly exclusively on credit, which most of the towers unoccupied. It would be a huge issue if central bank interests were to rise, because the housing bubble begins when house loans are extremely cheap and easy to obtain. Buildings that aren't lucrative enough to run the risk of not being able to pay back their debt when interest rate rises. The economy enters a crisis at this point as the bubble explodes. Because of this, a growing number of analysts are speculating that Dubai may only be a mirage and that a catastrophe could arise at any time. Zurich, Munich, Hong Kong, Vancouver, and Amsterdam are also at risk. Notably, Tel Aviv and Tokyo have joined the list of cities in the bubble risk zone for the first time since UBS began publishing the analysis in 2015, as global urban housing market imbalances remain high and prices are out of step with the rising interest rates. Other cities with low housing bubble risks include Milan and Sao Paulo. Despite the widespread restrictions, Dubai's housing market has enjoyed exponential expansion in the recent years. That is, according to the property industry commentator James William Portman. Because Dubai handled the pandemic significantly better than almost all other countries, investors are unlikely to be concerned about the next Dubai property catastrophe in 2022 to 2033. Investors who follow long-term Dubai off-plan property investment strategy will see their short-term market losses reduced. Dubai was a small, impoverished community of 30,000 people 70 years ago that was mainly reliant on agriculture, fishing, and the pearl trade. Dubai found oil resources in the 1960s, and the money it made from exploiting this resource allowed it to invest in infrastructure projects like highways, ports, and industrial parks. Although it is widely believed that Dubai's current wealth comes from oil, the truth is that less than 5% of the country's GDP comes from this industry today. This is because the sheiks of the era were convinced that the oil boom was temporary and that they needed to purpose a different economic model that was not dependent on oil if they wanted to have a long-term sustainable economy. Due to the absence of import and export taxes as its ports, Dubai stands out, and as a result, in 2004, it was already the third largest export hub in the world, just behind Singapore and Hong Kong. In order to complement this port, the Dubai government needs to come up with the idea of building its own airport with Emirates Airlines. Today, thanks to the growth of the industrial business and real estate sectors, as well as the tax incentives like 0% corporate income tax, Emirates Airlines is a huge success and brings in a lot of money. If the Dubai bubble gets you interested, please pop that like and subscribe button, and subscribe to Proactive Investing to never miss the newest content about investing and economics. According to Jody Vittori, a non-resident scholar at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace who has studied the Emirates real estate market, quote, "Dubai is an easy place to buy real estate relatively anonymously," end quote. Such worries have so far been insufficient to tame the euphoria around real estate. In accordance with immigration consultancy Henley & Partners, the UAE will bring in a net of 4,000 billionaires this year, the largest share of private wealth in the world. The government of Dubai has adopted reforms to make the emirate more socially liberal than it was previously and has offered visitors 10-year visas. What do we mean when we say desertification? Do you have any ideas? It's a form of ecological degradation in which the fertile soil in arid locations loses all or some of its capacity for production. In general, it is predicted that Dubai lost around 60% of its fertile soil between 2000 and 2020. This happens when natural resources like water or soil are overused, preventing the land from supporting plant life. Although this phenomenon can happen naturally, it is actually more and more associated with human activity, particularly intensive grazing, agriculture, and the growth of nearby infrastructure. The issue with soil becoming less and less productive is that it hurts the economy since it increases reliance on imported food. The United Arab Emirates possessed 75,000 hectares of arable land in 2002, but by 2018 that number had decreased to 42,300 according to the World Bank. Furthermore, the Worldwide Fund for Nature designated it as the nation with the worst ecological impact per person in 2008. Sheikh Mohammed attempted to address this issue by launching the 1 Million Trees initiative in 2010 with the goal of planting many trees in an effort to halt desertification and increase green space in the city. But this project was unsuccessful and the majority of the trees died due to the weather. Another one of Dubai's major issues that could lead to both the termination of its status as a tax haven and the collapse of its national economy is its enormous debt. The national debt as a proportion of GDP and the debt per person have both continued to rise since 1999. The debt as a proportion of GDP was only 4.82% at the start of the year, but is now above 35%. Dubai is in a catch-22 situation since either growing taxes must be used to pay down the debt. Three options exist for paying off debt: increasing taxes on citizens, taking on additional debt like the US government does when it issues bonds, and creating new money. Because Dubai's local economy is valued in relation to the dollar, they are unable to pay their debt by printing money. Additionally, the Dubai government will be forced to raise taxes on businesses and individuals if it cannot issue bonds to pay off existing debt due to the Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates restrictions. Those who relocate solely to avoid paying taxes may start considering leaving due to this. The economy of Dubai is closely tied to American policies. In fact, the United Arab Emirates and other members of the Cooperation Council for the Arab States of the Gulf have pegged their currencies to the dollar and generally follow the Fed's monetary policy decisions. According to the graph of the Dubai Index, the recent risk of the protracted economic downturn in the United States could result in significant losses in Dubai. From February 1st, 2020 to March 1st, 2022, Dubai stock prices increased and continued to rise. This is a result of the Federal Reserve's massive money creation, which artificially boosted the market. Because they are aware that the markets could crash at any time, United Arab Emirate officials are scared that the US Federal Reserve will keep tightening its monetary policies. What do you think? Will Dubai collapse? Please let us know down in the comment section below. Smash that like button and subscribe here to Proactive Investing to boost your knowledge about investing and economics.